What's up, guys? Coach Gaglione here, and this is Gaglione Strength. If this is your first time stopping by, I'm Coach Gaglione, and this is my Stage Ready series. So, first off, thank you guys for watching. I've been involved with powerlifting and strength coaching for over 14 years, and this is a series chronicling my weight loss journey. Been as heavy as 340 pounds and 206 pounds on this particular day. And for this week's Stage Ready series, I wanted to kind of chronicle a little bit of some of my upper body training I've been doing. If you kind of know me, you know, I've kind of known more for squatting and a little bit of deadlifting as well. To my knowledge, I'm the first and only man to squat 800 pounds in 6 different weight classes. I've squatted 900 pounds in competition, done 700 pounds in just a belt. So, you know, lower body is something that I've always just kind of excelled more in. I think that kind of comes from my football and wrestling training background. Our coaches always emphasize the importance of lower body training and how important your legs are. You know, I've been able to kind of maintain, 600-pound squats and deadlifts pretty candidly throughout this, kind of prep. At least in some I should say 500-pound squats and deadlifts raw, and then I've done 600 pounds with wraps on the squat and 600 pounds on the sumo deadlift. But upper body's been more of a challenge. I've been kind of dealing with a shoulder injury, over the past 2 years, and just nothing major, but it just really affected my raw strength, especially my kind of strength in the bottom, and obviously losing body weight and leverages and things like that has all kind of played its role. But one of the things that's really been great about the bodybuilding training is I've been kind of getting away from the barbell stuff a little bit more. And also just using, more accommodating resistance in my training, kind of making a lot of these press movements a little bit more accommodating. So utilizing more chain weights in my training, and then just utilizing more kind of dumbbells, body weights. So I've been doing things like push-ups and dips, dumbbell work, and a lot of chains. So, this week, did some benching with chains, which felt pretty good. I kind of mix between my feet down and feet up just to kind of extend the range of motion. Sometimes I'll add fat grips on the bar to kind of extend the range of motion. The next cycle, I'm going to utilize the Duffalo bar to kind of get a little bit of more of a stretch in the pecs. And obviously all that kind of the dumbbell work and the push-ups and things like that is something I've been kind of doing. And one thing that's been a big staple, it's something I like to utilize in my powerlifting training as well, but certainly it's been a main movement in my bodybuilding training, is the incline press. In this particular week I did incline press with chains. I did some sets of 8. Tried to use a slingshot to overload a little bit on my last set. Didn't really. I kind of didn't pull it down far enough, so I wasn't really getting much out of it, if at all. So that caused me to kind of screw up my drop set a little bit. But I was able to do some sets of 8. I used 145 and 135 for my working sets of 8, and then I did a drop set with 195, 135, and then 95 pounds with 40 pounds of chain. And then the other thing that we've been kind of doing is getting ready for our strength curl contest. So if you guys have been following me for a while, I've worked with Larry Williams on and off for the past 6 years. He's the all-time record holder. He's held all-time records in the 242s, 275, and 308 class. And he's been our most successful kind of athlete that's kind of gone through our system over the past 6 years. Done really, really well. Most notably, just broke 308 record, Eric Lillibridge's record. And what was really impressive with that record is that he kind of just barely weighed over, the 275 class. I believe he was weighed in 283 or something like that. Unbelievable. One of the best looks of all time, and arguably one of the best strength athletes, if not the best strength athlete in the world right now. So, he kind of started to do some strict curls because, he asked me to kind of give him some advice in terms of kind of leaning out and kind of some bodybuilding training. So I always kind of consult with him, anything that's kind of powerlifting related, strength training related. When he's kind of doing his bodybuilding and strongman, I could definitely kind of use some other coaches for that, just because it's definitely a little bit outside my wheelhouse. But I always kind of lend advice whenever he asks. That's kind of my role. He did a 6-week deadlift program, kind of to peak his 926 raw deadlift, and then he did a 937 suited deadlift. So he's done great things, and he definitely is an influencer. He's a true influencer, with almost 2 million followers, and he kind of started doing his strict curls. Just barely missed 100 kilo, 220-pound strict curl, and I believe that he'll be one of the top curlers in the world if he decides to kind of pursue that as well. And that kind of, gave me the idea. I did a curl meet back in 2006, and I actually had a WNPF world record. I brought it back home to America from the Canadians, and I curled a PR of 158 pounds on that day. So that was a power curl division, so there's no wall. And then it was funny, oddly enough, shortly after, a meet or two later, they changed the rules. They changed the power curl in the WNPF to the strict curl. So I did kind of figure out a way to kind of cheat the system a little bit. That's a story for another day. But anyways, I was just kind of going through some old folders. I saw that. I thought that was great. So I started to kind of do a little bit of curl training. So I did some cluster sets. So I did 5 singles with minimal rest, about 15 to 20 seconds rest. And I did 5 singles at 120 pounds. I also did some triples later in the week at 110 pounds. And then on this particular day, on today's workout, at the time of this filming, I did a set of 8 at 110 pounds. I did I think I did 3 or 4 sets of 8 after some sets of 5. And I did that beltless. That was a raw, strict curl, raw. So usually I'll do, I'll usually actually belt up for the heavy sets for that. So that's been good, because one of my things I'm trying to build up during my bodybuilding journey is kind of build up my biceps, because I haven't really, dealing with shoulder injuries, dealing with bicep tendonitis, dealing with all these different things. Partially torn rotator cuff. It's been really hard to get my biceps to have a peak, so I'm working on just kind of building that and having a stronger bicep. My thought is a stronger bicep can hopefully in turn become a bigger bicep. There'll be more potential to be a bigger bicep, just like my 900-pound squat has helped transfer over to my my legs, my leg development stuff. Arguably my best body part is my quads and my back. So obviously my back and my quads are strong points from all the squatting and deadlifting, and so I need to kind of bring that up. So my thought process is kind of bringing in a little bit more curls into the equation. I'm still going to do some isolation work, and I'm still going to do some more higher rep work. On this particular day, I finished with a kind of like some dumbbells. I did some kind of dumbbell overhead pressing. I did some more dumbbell curls, and then I did some timed sets. Timed sets is a great way to get extra volume in. So the time sets, I did it at 45 to 60 seconds. I did curls and then tricep extensions, kind of back to back to back, and that kind of worked out really well. So those are some different things I've been doing to kind of highlight, because my upper body's a little bit of weakness. I don't showcase it as much. I wanted to kind of make sure that I showcased it on this particular video, so you can kind of see also kind of how I'm working on my weak points. So yeah, I'm interested to see kind of how the hypertrophy work will kind of transfer over to my bench press when I go back to doing full powerlifting. Then we'll kind of go from there. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And then I'm kind of excited to kind of see how things kind of turn out. I'm getting leaner and leaner every week. The diet's getting more challenging. Sean Cody, local prep coach, is helping me with my posing, helping me consult with my diet and my macros and things like that. Things are working really well. I'm really excited. Kind of see what happens. So I'm tired. So I apologize for not being as funny or creative today. I'm going to try my best to continue to articulate what's going on, but that's just kind of the part of the process. I want to be real and as raw as possible. Some of the things that are helping me out, fuel my workouts, I'm using kind of first form, using kind of megawatt just to kind of give myself a little bit of caffeine pre-workout. I'm going to start to implement some branched chain amino acids from first form. We'll include the links in the description below. If you want to support the channel, you please use the links, because we do get a kickback. It does support the gym. And then I've been using Formula 1 protein as post-workout or as a pre-workout. Sometimes I'll love having protein with oats. I love using the CTC, which is kind of like a cinnamon toast crunch flavor, and the looped fruit, which is like a Fruit Loop flavor. I love putting that in my oatmeal. Brings me back to my fat, chubby childhood days. And that's been really helping quite a bit. It helps me it gives me a nice sweet treat, helps me stay on track. And then the last thing that's really helping for all the locals out there is the GIVE program, the GIVE program protein box, which you can see here. If you use the code Gaglione Strength at checkout, it helps support our gym. We got chicken, salmon, steak, ground beef, and shrimp. I love it. So all that stuff kind of fits my plan. It's really good, and it's delicious. So dieting doesn't always have to be a chore. It will get hard at some point, but you want to do things that are sustainable. So that's kind of like the message for this week. So definitely we'll talk more about the diet as we progress into it, and the training will get more specific. We'll do less barbell work as we kind of progress into the later weeks of the prep. So if you guys enjoyed the channel, enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, stay strong, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.